I've been telling you boys last year that high ticket sales, or specifically in this case appointment setting, is gonna be a great opportunity in 2024. Obviously, the reason behind it is because not many people know about it yet. It's unsaturated. So to be honest, I can already see way more people getting involved with it right now, even though it's only like 15th of March or something. There's a lot of new people getting into this space, but I want to make one thing very clear now, and that is that probably 95% of those guys are gonna get flushed out of the market. The reason behind that is simply because this is an industry that's not meant for just anyone. This is a very competitive industry, high ticket sales. It's literally the most valuable skill in the world, and the competition is unbelievable. So literally the best skill you can have in the world, because obviously sales has always been the king and will always be the king, because if you can sell something, you're never gonna struggle to make money ever again. So when I said that competition is unbelievable, it's not in terms of quantity like many guys are doing it or something like that. No, I'm talking about the small, very selective number of real savages, and that's who we're competing against. The guys that come into this thinking this is a get-rich-quick scheme or something, they're definitely gonna get flushed out of the market and probably switch to some other side hustle saying that this one doesn't work. And those who put in hard and consistent work deserve the results. And that's why you need to be one of them if you wanted to. So let me get one point very clear. Right now I'm in Thailand with 4 of my boys. We're literally competing against each other on a daily basis. And the reason I even got here in the first place was because I was very consistent with putting the hard work in every single day. So in all honesty, in my first 4 months of doing appointment setting, I booked around 60 plus calls, let's say. And I didn't get any commission. My guy didn't close any of them. So even though I didn't make a single penny in over 4 months of me doing an appointment setting, I never gave up, because I literally knew where I wanted to be at this time this year. So a year ago I was a complete mess, playing video games all day and all that, but still I kinda made some sacrifices that obviously you need to make as well if you want to be here too. Like I said, I'm here in Thailand, across the world, with 4 of my boys, working hard every single day, pushing each other to be a better person, to make more money, to grind in the gym, literally just grind in general. And the only thing that got me here was my consistency. That was the only thing that got me here. Like I said, with no results, I knew where I wanted to be, and I knew how much time and effort I need to put into this. First of all, starting with no video games, selling my PS5, deleting TikTok, just starting to create something, not consume anything anymore. So if you want to be one of them, one of us, one of those successful guys, we're not so successful yet, because obviously you're never satisfied with your results and you literally always strive to be better, but you see my point. If you want to be one of those successful guys, you need to adopt something I always talk about, and that's called savage mentality. So let me just quickly pull my book here. That's what David Goggins, one of my idols, always talk about. He talks about the savage mentality in his book as well, which, by the way, I'm currently reading for the 3rd time. And that savage mentality is what you need to adopt if you want to be successful in the appointment setting. So literally all you need is a savage mentality. I believe I'm not at my final point yet when it comes to mindset and obviously just money-wise, just in general, but what I needed to adopt was literally this. And if I didn't adopt this at the time when when I wasn't making any money, I think I wouldn't be here. So that's just one more thing that I would like to include in my story that I'm telling you right now. So that savage mentality is what you need to adopt as well if you want to be successful in the appointment setting. The reason for a lot of you guys that started appointment setting, or you're planning to start it, is obviously to escape the matrix, escape your job and live the nice comfortable life, making money while here in Thailand, while traveling the world. So first of all, you need to be fully transparent with yourself and think about it. Are you the person who deserves that life? Are you the person that deserves living the nice, comfortable life, being all special, or you only think you are that person? So if you are one of us, chasing that life, full of freedom, better be prepared to work harder than average people. So pretty much what you need to do is beat average geeks, So let's be honest. Anyone can just wake up every morning and do the work your boss told you to do, So if the people around you think you're crazy, that you are apparently wasting your time with growing your online skill, you're probably doing something right, because I'm in that same situation. They think I'm not social, or that I'm crazy because I don't go out clubbing every weekend and literally wasting myself in alcohol while also wasting my money. I know how hard it is to succeed in this sales industry, and that's why I can't be comfortable until I'm at the top level, and honestly you should be the same. So people that are in sales, they've been doing it for years and years and years, and still they are not satisfied. They want more. That's what I've been telling you about, because that's simply how this game works. They've invested, first of all, they've invested thousands and thousands of pounds into their education, into their mentorship, into literally ads, whatever. They've invested that money to be there, and then there's you thinking you can just get into it and make 10K a month in your first month without any support, without investing into your mentor or whatever. And of course, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it on your own, because I genuinely believe that if you adopt the sage mentality that David Goggins talks about, everything is possible. Having a strong mindset is the single most important thing to be successful, and I'm honestly talking from my own experience. I play semi-pro football, and here's a little story I'm gonna tell you. I got released from the youth academy 3 years ago, and in all honesty I was devastated, thinking there is no way out, because football at that time was everything to me, and after all I was only 17 years old. So that's when my self-improvement journey actually started. I was looking for some other ways to make money, starting with dropshipping, crypto, those classic things. I started constantly looking into these side hustles. Then I started constantly going to the gym as well, because I believe that every success comes from within, especially now when I've read this book, and David Goggins talks about the same thing as well. So the gym is the best way to build required discipline for anything else. And only now, after 3-4 years of self-improvement, I can see how immature I was back in the day when they released me from that academy. So pretty much, in order to build your discipline, start going to the gym. Start going to the gym at least 5 to 6 times per week for a start. So that's how you need to get into sales as well, with that mindset. You can't wait for things to happen. You need to sort your shit out, go into the world and fight for your results. Don't be surprised with the slow start, I can tell you from my experience, 100%, 4 months without any commission was kind of devastating, but you're gonna get the results if you put the constant hard work, on a daily basis. So when you start, you're gonna be dead, you're gonna be making a lot of mistakes, and you're gonna face a lot of failures. If you're doing appointment setting, you won't get many replies, you're gonna get rejected many times. But once you get the hang of it, once you get the momentum, the ball is gonna keep on rolling. As you keep improving, you're gonna make more money. And this is completely performance-based hustle, appointment setting thing. And I believe I told you about that a few times already. So it's completely performance-based side hustle, meaning that the more work you put in, the better you'll get, and ultimately the more money you'll be making. So boys, obviously be prepared to put in the work without getting much success at first, That work is supposed to build your foundation, kinda, which you will grow other things from. Once you start putting that consistent hard work every day, I'm constantly repeating, after a long period of time you'll taste the fruits of your labor, and it's gonna be unreasonable for you not to succeed, especially because this is performance-based side hustle. So I have one question for you. Are you ready? Genuinely, take a second to think about that and answer to yourself. Are you ready to put in that consistent work every day for, let's say, 2 years? Because that's where people kind of go wrong. They get that motivation boost, that little dose of dopamine hit, little dose of inspiration, and they decide to go into some side hustle. But that motivation doesn't last long. That's why discipline is far more important. You don't want to be a part-time savage like David Goggins says. After a few months of not getting the results, the part-time savages are gonna quit. But the full-time ones are gonna keep on pushing. And that's what I did. That's why I believe I'm a full-time savage. They know where they are, and they know where they want to be, and what actually needs to be done in order to get to that level. So those are the people that are gonna succeed in this space. So pretty much it all comes down to how bad do you want to win? How bad do you want it, boys? Like I said, ask yourself and be genuine, fully transparent with you. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to succeed? So do you want it bad enough that you're ready to suffer for the next few years to get those very desired results? So there are a lot of these soft guys getting into sales right now, and they are not ready to go through that suffering. They want to get rich quickly. They've been brainwashed by these TikTok gurus. They want maybe to put an hour extra here and there per day, but that's not how it works, boys. Can you now see why there is such a great opportunity for us, the savages? When you look at it, there's no competition, there's no real threat. Everyone is soft, and if you're strong enough, you're already far ahead compared to the rest of those geeks. So for example, I run my own appointment setting, men only appointment setting program, and I've been running it for a few months now. I started it in October. A little bit over 6 months now, but I only have 10ish people inside that I'm coaching currently. In all honesty, I turned down so many people wanting to join because I want a very selective group of like-minded men inside. I want to work only with the real savages, and appointment setting is one of those things where, even though it's straightforward and you have one simple task to do, which is obviously sending and answering the messages, it's a lot harder than it seems. People get into it and think, oh, it's gonna be a piece of cake, but it's not easy at all, and I don't want you to think that way. So especially if you want to make 10, 15k a month, which I honestly think you do, you got to get really, really good at it if you want to start earning that sort of money. So the thing where people get mistaken is when I say that average appointment setters are making 5k a month. I say that and they think, oh, okay, that's easy, 5k a month, average setters, I can easily do that. But what they don't get is that to even get to that average point, it takes months and months of constant dedication. Again, I'm not saying it's gonna take you a year or two to get to that 5k a month mark, but there are people making that in their 3rd or 4th month. But again, those are some crazy guys, some maybe unrealistic results. Those crazy guys are sacrificing their sleep. They don't go out on weekend. They don't mindlessly scroll on TikTok. They're always doing something productive. And after some period of time, after a while, that work gets compounded. The ball starts rolling. The momentum keeps on going. And obviously, they start seeing the results. So if you are into this self-improvement, I highly recommend you read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I'm reading it for the 3rd time now, and every time I read it, I learn something new. So honestly, I think I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at today here in Thailand with my boys without this book. So pretty much, if you want to make money in the sales industry and avoid being flushed out of the market, start with changing your mindset. So my recommendation is go read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. If you're him, David, if you think you have a savage mentality and finally want to start making the change, just shoot me a DM on my IG down there in description, or just book a call, book a one-on-one call, so I can really see if you are that great like you think you are. So hopefully this video, if you are one of these people that are not working as hard as it should have been, hopefully this video will give you one extra push you need to fully commit to achieving your goals, and maybe at some point I can see you here in Thailand. Hope this helps, boys, and keep grinding. See you in the next video.